How are you doing? How did you do in the quiz? Did you do better than you did last week? How do you even place this?
Do you know what, Molly? I didn't do better than last week. Do you know why? Because we're banned from playing. We're not even allowed to play anymore.
Just saying. I think if we could play, we would win.
Yeah, I understand why we don't play, but we don't play.
So, Charlie, what is there to look forward to this evening, Mr. Editor himself? Tell me.
It just sounds a lot more official than it is. So, my favourite thing actually about tonight is a little bit sneak peek. At the end of the night, we have a new, brand new segment.
I'm excited about this.
Called Red Hot Chili Questions.
I see what you did there.
It wasn't actually me, it was Joel Richards that came up with it. For once. Using his brain. Red Hot Chili Questions. And the idea of the game is people have to be asked questions, they're interviewed, and if the person doesn't want to answer the question, they have to eat chilies. Simple as. And this one's a corker because it features Andrew Smith.
Oh, and apparently I heard he gets very hot because he has to consume a fair few chilies. So stick around, hear that. We've also got some epic praise. We are launching a new series tonight. It's called Legacy. It's
Legacy.
Gonna be awesome.
I feel like we should say it in like a really like Legacy.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Legacy.
You're so much cooler than me. That mine was awful.
Yeah.
Charlie's really good at the X Factor voice, so if you ever need an X Factor.
Right, you ready? Shall I just do it off screen? So pretend like we're going into the show. You ready? And I'm announcing it.
I'm just gonna sit here on my own.
Yeah. You ready? You ready? Oh, you can't see. Coming up tonight in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Audacious Youth Online.
Good afternoon. Today I'm going to be ranking celebrities based on their ability to stay dead. So coming in last, we've got Jesus.
Home, where laughter is shared and memories begin. May all who enter as guests leave as friends.
You know when you chat to someone and they just like constantly walking away? Yeah. So you have to do like the little like waddle quicker. And just to get in front.
What are you doing? I do not know this girl.
And come to you. Why should they come to you?
Because it's better than theme park.
Is it? It's better than a theme park, everybody.
So I lost the camera for quite a lot of the night.
to make up for that, I decided to sing you a song. This is my rendition of My Heart Will Go On.
We are going to do Spice Makes a Rice review. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. That looks sick. So nice. He caught it.
What are you doing here? There's something physics related.
So, there are many planets in our solar system. Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus.
Tonight, any challenges? Move like a cylinder. Move like a giraffe.
A giraffe?
Can you not put it so close?
Okay. I will not put it close to your face. How's life?
Move like a snake.
Pull your funniest face. It makes me laugh you in a chocolate bar.
Ethan, watch out.
King Julian.
Snakes don't have hips. I don't think that's very funny. It's scary.
Move like a hippo.
Peer pressure.
Yeah. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Rafaro, move like a bear.
Gorilla.
Yeah.
That's really something.
There you go, there.
No, it goes like this. Yeah, that's what I
Hi and welcome to Youth Online.
Yeah, good. That's true. We're doing that. Yeah. Hello. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you.
We missed you and can't wait to be with you for sure.
Yeah, we do. Honestly, we've been to some people's houses over the last little while, haven't we? And it's been great to see people face to face. It's been really nice.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And we'll be at your house soon, hopefully.
Yeah, if you haven't seen you yet. And we just want to make sure, if you're new here today, click the subscribe button. We've got loads of content that we're putting online all of the time. If you've been here before or you are new, hit that like button as well. It's good to like things.
Great, so we want to say hi to all our regions, and so yay the North! Woo, woo, woo.
Go on, North. Go on, North. Go on, North. I'm going to switch it up. You ready? Chester. Hello. Hello, Chester. I'm seeing you in the chat.
We love you, Chester.
Yeah, Chester.
South.
I don't know what that was.
I feel like it's one of them horns. You can't do that.
No, you can't.
I like it though.
Yeah, South, that was good.
I'm going to practice.
Good. South, shout out to you, South.
South.
East.
West. Yeah.
We're going west now.
West. I sort of merged into it. Yay, West, we welcome you.
We love you, regions. You are awesome. We love your regional leaders. They are fantastic. If you don't know who they are, find out who they are. They're worth seeing. They are wonderful human beings.
And get to know who's in your region. Like maybe you need to be on your chat a little bit more so that they know you and you know who they are. Because
when we went on our travels, we realised people live really close to each other but had no idea.
Really
so maybe
close.
You could carpool to youth when you get back as well.
Your youth friend could live literally around the corner from you and you don't know it. So you need to get chatting with your friend.
Truth.
But I want to know.
Yeah.
What's this week's challenge?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Hey Audacious, what is going on? Last week we challenged you to see how many pegs you could attach to your face, and as always we have our winner. Here's a video of them collecting their prize.
I don't know what the best trick is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh no, tongue. Okay, no, 33, 1, 32, 33, 4, 36.
Gosh, goodness.
Ow. That's about as much as I can do.
Hi everybody, we're ready to do our prize drop-off to our winners of this challenge this week.
This person did their challenge even before the Youth on Friday finished.
What?
I know.
What?
I know.
That is keen. We like that. So here's the winner. prize. We've got popcorn, chocolate cookies, we've got some sticky toffee pudding, we've got milkshake, we've got some fancy lemonade, we've got some sweets, we've got some
Everything you need for a movie night in.
wafer rolls. Yes.
Movie
We are
family
so
night in.
proud of you winners. We love you. We're in Liverpool, guys.
I've driven all the way to Liverpool.
You just say bing bong as well as pressing the bell.
Hi Zoe.
Zoe.
Hi Zoe. Zoe, guess what?
You won.
You're a winner. You got your retainer in. Is that how you have such good teeth?
Thanks for doing the challenge. You're awesome.
Hey guys, for this week's challenge we want you to get creative and we want to see the most creative way of cracking an egg. To give you a bit of inspiration, here is my younger brother Ben with a little example of how it's done.
This one's for the haters.
Okay, Audacious, we can't wait to see all your cracking entries into this week's competition. Don't forget to add us on Instagram or TikTok to be in with a chance to win the top prize. See you guys later. Make sure you get your entries in before the end of Sunday. We want to see as many of them as we can. But for now, it's time to get our praise on.
I'll keep on singing, won't stop believing your power at work in me. I'm pressing forward into your promise, spirit alive in me. What can compare to the power that is working within me? I come alive, it's your fire that is working within me now. Your spirit working within me now. Your spirit working within me now. Your plan and purpose will never fail us. Your word at work in me. It's unrelenting, this love unending, spirit alive in me. What can compare to the power that is working within me? I come alive, it's your fire that is working within me now. Your spirit working within me now. Your spirit working within me now. I see you moving, come to a new thing, spirit at work in me. What can compare to the power that is working within me? I come alive, it's your fire that is working within me now. That is working within me now. Your spirit working within me now.
feel like you're calling me. In this moment now, you were changing lives forever. Let salvation come. There's no greater miracle. I would be lost without you. Giving my all for this truth. Give the whole world to know you. 'Cause your love's so good, I won't look back. 'Cause your love's so good, I won't look back. 'Cause your love's so good, I won't look back. Won't love you, won't love you, won't love you, you are love itself, everything I need. In your love I am complete. In your love I am complete. I would be lost without you. Giving my all for this truth. Give the whole world to know you. 'Cause your love's so good, I won't look back. 'Cause your love's so good, I won't look back. 'Cause your love's so good, I won't look back. Won't love you, 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 won't always be with me, you'll never forsake me, your promises fill my heart. I was lost, I was broken, but you call me chosen, your love for me never stops. I would be lost without you, giving my all for this truth. Give the whole world to know you. 'Cause you're all so good, I won't look back. Won't love you, 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 I would be lost without you. Giving my all for this truth. Give the whole world to know you. 'Cause your love's so good, I won't look back.
Hey Audacious Youth, my name's Andy, and if you haven't met me before, I'm the youth pastor here at Audacious Youth, and today I'm going to be introducing you to a brand new kind of topic series that we had planned actually for this time this year, pre all of this stuff, and we really felt like that God was speaking into that then, and so we wanted to continue it even if we are not together. We really believe that this series called Legacy is going to impact you and affect your life for the good. So I'm going to do the intro message today. I'm going to give you like an overview of what it's about, and then like Pastor Karis is going to do some like unpacking of that in a little while. There's going to be some discussion groups and things, and we're going to put it into your life groups and all that kind of stuff. So let me start off with legacy. The word legacy, it means it's something that's left behind or given or handed down from a predecessor. So someone before you has left something, that is their legacy. A legacy, by the way, can be a positive thing and it can be a negative thing. And so the question we really want to get to the crux of is, what am I as a person, as a believer, as a human being, what am I leaving behind or handing down to the next generation or to the future? The reality is we are all living in the legacy of people and things that have happened before us. So, you know, we've had great medical discoveries in the past, which is why now life expectancy is longer. We have the internet, which is, we're living in the legacy of the internet. When I was a young person, didn't have the internet. It got to, I think I was 16 or something when we first got the internet, maybe 15 when I got the internet in my house. And it was like a phone line thing, it was awful. And it's like literally would take 5 minutes to download a picture. Not even download the picture, just see the picture on the screen. It would literally go cuckoo, cuckoo. So you now are living in an atmosphere where the internet is normal. We're able to do this and talk to you because the internet is there and someone invented it and someone has, made it better and better and better. We're actually also here doing this right now because of mainly in youth ministry, because of two people, Charlie Say and Charlie Dyson. Both of them in their youth were, Charlie Say had his own little YouTube channel. I'm sure if you ask him nicely, he won't share you what it's called. But Charlie Dyson, he, in his own words before he's spoken to me and to talk to you guys about, he used media as like an outlet for how he was feeling and to blog his week and that sort of stuff with his family. Because of their hobbies and because of their interests, we are able to do this stuff because they have been working really hard behind the scenes. We're living in the legacy of the hours and hours they've spent, not just because of Corona, but because of what they enjoy doing. And we're all part of a greater story, okay? For me, it's not a coincidence that we have two people on team that love this stuff and have really almost been training for this stuff for their whole lives, and then this sort of thing happens. What really brought this to my mind recently was VE Day. We had the 75th anniversary of VE Day the other week. Whenever this comes to you, I don't know, but the other week it was VE Day. And there's a program called Band of Brothers that is it's probably older than some of you are even been alive. I think it's like 2001, 2002, right? But it's like a 10-part series where they follow a group of American soldiers from like D-Day landings all the way through to VE Day. And it's really powerful because there are literally like the soldiers who are being played by actors in the story talking about their experiences as old men. And it's amazing. My granddad was he was a bit young to go into the army, but he was an engineer, worked on bombers engines, and so it kind of, you're like, oh yeah, VE Day, they did that for us. Karis's family friend is a guy called Ernie, who's 102 years old, was interviewed by Boris Johnson on VE Day week, and the phrase he used, which I loved, was Boris Johnson said, why did you do this? And he said, we did it for the world. And I just love that we are living in a country that is free. Why? Because people laid down their lives 75 years ago to beat a common enemy. Karis and I think twice in the last couple of years, there's been two moments for us where there's been a real, like a weight of responsibility that we've felt almost physically, spiritually, mentally, for you as young people of Manchester, for Audacious Youth, for our nation of UK and Great Britain. And the first one was about 2 or 3 weeks after Pastor Glyn had asked us to come on board and become youth pastors here. We were in a service together, and God literally just spoke into our hearts, he downloaded almost his heart for young people, and we're like, whoa, okay, and it was crazy. It felt like a ton of bricks. It was like a really intense moment. And the second time was the end of last year. My 92-year-old granddad that I just mentioned before. In fact, I think there's going to be a photo of him in his uniform from the army as well on the screen. But my 92-year-old granddad, his name was Gilbert. He passed away sadly after a long illness end of last year, and I was asked to speak at his funeral, which was really difficult because it's an emotional time, and I'm trying to share the gospel because the people in the room weren't saved, and my granddad was, and so his faith was a big part of his life. And I'm looking around this room, and I'm just looking around, I'm saying, wow, the people in this room is my granddad's legacy. The people in this room who his life has touched. And then we did this memorial service, and there was his neighbours that were sharing stories about my granddad, about how he loved on them, how he cared for them, how he baked for them in tough times. Like when my nan passed away and he lived alone, that he, instead of getting sad, would bake and then share cakes with the neighbourhood and stuff. I had no idea he did those things. And I was like, wow, what a legacy that he's left, this room of people. And that was on the Thursday. And on the Sunday, Karis and I came back to church, and I was in the praise pit. And side note, we were in the praise pit because praise is a choice. And even while I was sad, I still was like, no, I need to put God in his rightful place, and was in the praise pit, giving it my all. And God really spoke to me, and he said, look around. And I looked around the praise pit. It was full of young people, right, on a Sunday. And he said to me, this is your legacy. These young people are your legacy. The dreams they have, the dreams they experience, what they live out, their relationship with me is your legacy. And that is how, that is what you're going to be almost measured on in the future. So again, that weight of responsibility of just like, I'm here for you. I'm not here for me to feel great and good or whatever. I'm here for you to be fulfilled in your relationship with God and your life in whatever you choose to do. So here we go. Hebrews 11. It's the first 2 verses of Hebrews 11 is, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance in what we do not see. This is what the ancients were commended for. And then it goes on in Hebrews 11. I encourage you to read it yourself. It's like, it's called the heroes of the faith. It says, by faith Abel did this, by faith Moses, by faith Sarah, by faith Rahab, all these people, right? And they are legends of our faith because of what they did in their time at that time, where they were at that time. They did what God said. They did what God asked them to do, and they responded in that way. So their legacy, we are still living in now. If they hadn't have done what they were going to do, then the story would be slightly different. Okay, we are here because of those that have come before us. I mentioned the internet and medicine and stuff like that as well. But we're here spiritually because of what's gone before us. And every single person in that list, it says at the end of it, it says they were all commended for their faith, verse 39, Hebrews 11. Yet none of them received what they'd been promised, since God had planned something better for us, so that only together with us would they be made perfect. They played their part in a bigger picture. You, Audacious Youth, need to play your part in a bigger picture. Your leaders and the youth team, they want to be part of that bigger picture in your life. We're encouraging you to be part of the bigger narrative that is going on in the world and in generations to come. And that is why we do what we do. And I shared this a little bit in the takeover for Instagram recently. It's Isaiah 54, and it's verses 2 and 3. It says, clear lots of ground for your tents, make your tents large, spread out, think big, use plenty of rope, drive the tent pegs deep. You're going to need lots of elbow room for your growing family. You're going to take over whole nations. You're going to resettle abandoned cities. Don't be afraid. Do not be embarrassed. Don't hold back. You're not going to come up short. The reason I want to share that with you is I think in this time right now, we need to take stock of where we're at, and we need to think about our legacy moving forwards. And this is saying, make your tents large, go wider, but it says also drive the tent pegs deep. So it's about lengthening and strengthening. So it's about how do I reach out other people, but how do I also go deep myself, so that when I go out and reach, I'm not weaker for going out and doing that. I'm also not, the legacy series isn't about how do you create the best funeral possible for your life. So when you at some point pass away, you have like the biggest funeral ever because your legacy is so epic and you're like, yeah. No. And it's also not about saying like, how do you create the most wealth to leave to your family? None of those things are bad, but what we're really talking about is living in a way that is going to give purpose for future generations to come. We're building a church here that my children hopefully one day will be part of, and be part of something they'll inherit something bigger and better than we currently have at the moment. I think there's 3 parts of legacy that I'm just really going to hit really quickly. There's the now. So what am I doing today? What's the legacy of my current attitude and actions? There's the next. What is the legacy of me in my next small season? So in school, what is your legacy of you in school? Is it that you managed to sort of scrape through? You managed to like not get discovered for being a Christian? Was it one of like a legacy of like teachers look back and go, oh, that kid was great. Their attitude was brilliant. I didn't necessarily believe in what they believed in, but like I really respected the person who stood up for their faith, or who started the Christian Union, or who started a prayer meeting, or whatever else. That's someone that gave it a go. And then the last part, so that's now, next, and then future. What are you doing with your life? I know it's a big question for some of you. You might be like just coming into year 7, and I'm not being a careers advisor and saying if you don't know what you want to do now, you're not going to get there. No. I'm just saying that your now and your next choices actually affect your future choices, and about who you want to be and who you feel called to be. Great decisions in your now lead to a better next, which eventually lead to a life worth following. This all wrapped up in one little thing at the end. I say little thing, it's the big thing. We all live in the legacy of Jesus. Matthew 28 verses 18 to 20 is called the Great Commission, and Jesus says, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. And surely I am with you until the very end of the age." So kind of within all your kind of like your life goals, like financial goals and family goals and what houses you want to own and all that kind of stuff, the main call in our lives is actually to go out and make disciples. So my question really is the legacy of your life going to just be wrapped up in what you're going to leave behind? Or is the legacy of your life going to be an eternal legacy of the number of people that you have shared faith with and that have made decisions? So we're going to unpack some of this, as I said before, over the next few weeks. And really, we are here because of Jesus' legacy, for what he did for us. We're living in the legacy of what Jesus did for us 2,000 years ago. So for some of you that feel like your legacy that you've been left in the natural isn't great, or like you've had it tough in certain situations, or you're finding it tough in this season now, I want to let you know that Jesus' legacy is for you. You just have to access it. How do you access it? It's really simple. In Romans 10 verse 9, it says, "If you declare with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved." That's all you have to do. So in a second, I'm going to pray a prayer. And today, if you're thinking, hey, I don't know what you're talking about really, but there's something in this that I want to access hope, I want to access love, I want to access joy and peace and all those other things that God can give you. And I want to be part of this legacy that is this overall narrative of life and generational, then I want to encourage you to pray this prayer and mean it. And then there's an online form, fill that in, one of our team will get in contact with you and we can help you and lead you through on a journey of faith. So I'm going to pray this prayer and I want you to all pray it with me. Dear Lord Jesus, I believe that you are real and I can see now that you love me. I know I'm not perfect and I've made some mistakes. But right now, I ask for your forgiveness. I believe that you took my place in giving your life for me and that you rose from the dead. I want to stop living my way and invite you into my life. I want to trust and follow you as my Lord and as my Saviour. From now on, my life is yours and I want to live for you. Amen.
Welcome to another episode, or the first episode, who knows where we are on the journey, of Red Hot Chili Questions. I'm here with Andrew Smith, Pastor. Pastor Andrew Smith.
You've gone full title, Andrew.
The aim of the game is I'm going to ask Andrew, Andy, David Smith some questions, and he can choose to answer said questions or take a dive into the chili bowl. First question, Andy. How many girls have you kissed before Karis?
Uncountable. I don't even know.
Karis the best of those kisses?
Oh, 100%.
That's why you married him.
Yeah, just purely on kissing.
On that.
I kissed her and thought that's the one.
Has Karis ever farted in front of you?
Yeah.
Do her farts smell more than yours? Be honest. Oh, really?
It's honour.
Honouring your wife. What's the worst white lie you've told your kids?
Maybe the iPad battery's died when it probably hasn't. Like, shh, can leave me alone.
Do you have the Audacious Youth Team WhatsApp chat muted?
No.
Really?
None of them.
None of them?
No.
Why?
Because they're important.
Fair enough. North or South region?
Just gut instinct, north or south.
Oh, pick one. Which one's your favourite?
I'm just salivating quite a lot now.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll go with north. I think Joe Campbell would have me in a fight over Dan. Dan would still have me in a fight, but Joe worse.
If you could replace anyone on core team, who would it be?
Oh, replace them?
Yeah, because like...
Just kick them off.
Yeah,
they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely that. It's honour.
Honour.
I'm going for the right-hand side of my mouth now because the left-hand side is...
Burning like a...
No, it's not burning. I just can't stop it salivating.
Okay, fair enough. Greens are meant to be the worst.
Great, I've already committed.
Oh, okay. That.
Oh, that is warm. Yeah.
Same question, but
yeah.
regional leaders.
Unfair.
Which of those, if you could replace any of your regional
Why are you
leaders?
making me eat chilies, man? No, they're all picked for a reason. They're all great. That's not a lie.
You have to replace one.
I have to replace one.
Yeah. One of them has to go.
Go red this time.
Wow.
Honour. Honour above all.
Feeling okay? You've not touched the milk yet. Lactose intolerant?
I'm going to save that for later.
Okay.
Oh, it's getting worse. I'm actually sweating.
To finish on a high. What's your most embarrassing preaching flop?
Preaching, I've not done anything super bad. I can tell you what, one really embarrassing thing. We came back from an Audacious conference once, in past in London. And we came back and the young people were really full of God. We basically took over the meeting, we're praying for people, we did a prayer tunnel, right? You know, where you line up two sides.
Yeah, nice. Classic.
The lady comes through, and I'm just like refill. I had her stomach.
Yeah.
I prayed for the unborn lady in her stomach. She was just fat. And the problem, if I'd done it, it's kind of embarrassing. The problem was I was the youth leader, and my young people watching me.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's got a prophetic word there. So that woman had to walk down the entire row of young people. Yeah.
Good job listening to the voice of God there. Thanks. Proud of you. Not touched the milk once. Gonna save it? Gonna have some after this is finished?
No, I'll be alright actually.
Great. Proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Audacious youth, how you feeling? What you doing? How you crack like? What's the word in the street? What were people prophesying over you? I'm Ethan here. We're back again. Another AY shout out. First up, we have got TikTok of the week, a staple in the shout out. Well, Joe Forrester, here it is. What a legend.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see.
Next up, we have got YouTube video of the week. Now, I butchered this name last time. I'm gonna butcher it again. John Krasinski. Back again for another banger. Here he is, prom 2020.
Let's go! Hello.
Wait, we're missing a Jonas. Hold on. Wait.
Now a new one for today, which I'm very excited for. We have got best trim of the week. How's the barnet looking? Currently, I'm in shambles. Look at the side pieces, guys. Look at the side pieces. But best trim of the week has definitely gone to Joachim, the Fioff, whatever you want to call him. Here's its trim. Top class trim. Love it, mate. Another staple in the shout outs, song of the week. Well, this time, it's a banger. You'll know it. Graves into Gardens, Elevation Worship. I would play it to you, but we can't due to copyright reasons. So, Gregory thought he wanted to be in this week. Shock. So, Gregory, here he is with his Grave into Gardens remake. I'm going to play Graves into Gardens, Gregory version. I hope you're ready. You turn grapes into cartons. You turn granules to gravy. You turn toast into bread. You're the only one who can. Now I hope you enjoyed that. Gregory will never be playing again or singing again. People say he is the best voice, should be joining AY band. Finally guys, we have what I think is the most important award this week, Hero of the Week. Now, can we get a drum roll in the chat please? I'm gonna wait, because there's a little delay in there. Drum roll in the chat. Okay, I see that drum roll. Well, we have Matthew Clark, West Region again, representing, what can I say, best region, West is the best. Yeah. Well, Matthew, absolute legend, hero of the faith, turns up every week, even whilst battling some other tough things, he chooses to stand strong in his faith. Absolute legend, mate, we are proud of you. Alright, that is all for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. Gregory, never singing again, like I said. But one thing's for certain.
Congratulations to you, the hero of the week.
Yay.
You are brilliant. We love you. We want to champion you. And like we just have, we've just championed you right now.
Why don't you nominate someone for Hero of the Week?
Yep.
We'd love to hear who you think is awesome as well. We hope that you've really enjoyed this evening. We hope that your faith has risen, that you're inspired, and maybe next week you can invite your friends. I think that if you like it, they would like it as well.
Completely. It's a great idea. Yeah, and don't forget that obviously Youth Online is not just about a Friday. We have daily Instagram takeovers from both youth team and young people. We have Wednesday nights is life group night. Make sure you get yourself on one of those either Zoom calls or WhatsApps or whatever you are connecting on a life group night. But remember, if you're not part of a life group, click on the little link. We've got we can connect in that way. It's all good. We can get you connected.
Yeah, join your life group. Also, we've got gaming streaming thing. I said that twice. Gaming streaming thing.
Gaming streaming thing.
Gaming streaming thing.
It's a gaming
stream. If you
stream.
like great gaming,
It's a gaming stream.
get on YouTube and stream
Thursday
gaming.
nights. Thursday nights.
And Friday we've got Youth Online again. So who you bring in?
Yeah, great question.
And last but not least at all, it's Sunday church. We've got Audacious Church, 10, 12, 5:30 on Sundays, and connect with that and in the chat as well. It's really good community.
It has been fantastic to have you this week. Please make sure that after this, when we've said goodbye in about 10 seconds time, you jump on one of the Zoom calls. The codes will be on the screen right now. Jump into a Zoom call with the region that you're from, and if you're brand new or if you're a youth pastor that's just visiting, then jump into the link and meet the youth pastors. We've got myself and Karis, and we've got Lee and Lizandri from Chester. We are here just to say hi and connect with you. It's been awesome having you.
We love you.
Thank you for being here with Youth Online. See you next week.